afternoon and welcome to the news. My name is Remy Allen. Kogi State Governor Ahmed Ododo has been commended by leadership of All Progressives Congress APC for his impressive performance in the Odo State governorship primary, where he served as chairman of the committee. Governor Ododo received the commendation while presenting the report of the Odo State APC Shadow Election Committee to the party's national chairman, Abdullah Ganduje, at the party's secretariat in Abuja. The APC national chairman praised the extraordinary leadership skill and impeccable manner the Kogi State government managed the Ondo State APC governorship primary, adding that the collation of results from the 203 wards and the 18 local government areas of the state that was viewed live on national television was a rare display of transparency and integrity of the entire election process. Governor Ododo thanked the APC National Working Committee for finding him and his committee members worthy of the all-important national assignment. The governor said the committee's report took cognizance of everything that transpired during the primary and its recommendations that will enable the party to deal with the aftermath of the shadow poll and ensure that APC goes into the November governorship election as a united party ready to retain power in Ondo State. Meanwhile, stalwarts of All Progressives Congress in Ondo State have hailed the emergence of incumbent Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa as the party's flag bearer. This is as the political landscape is abuzz with reactions following the conduct of the highly anticipated primary election and the success of the poll. Osrc Zaid Aribusala reports that APC chieftains expressed confidence that with Governor Aiyedatiwa's emergence as flag bearer, its chances at the November governorship election has become brighter.
Saturday, April the 20th, primary election of All Progressives Congress APC in Ondo State has settled the question of who becomes the party's flag bearer, with the emergence of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa as winner. The wild jubilation which erupted among supporters of the victorious candidate is now followed by reactions by stalwarts of the party, who have continued to hail the candidature and victory of Mr. Aiyedatiwa. According to some APC bigwigs, this victory signifies an important chapter for the party and the reaffirmation of the shared values and a commitment to unity in the pursuit of progress.
Yes, in mind, APC is presenting a very popular candidate. I see the people react. They reacted very well. That shows they love him, and it is certain that we are going to win the coming election by God's grace. Within the shortest period that the Governor Aiyedatiwa has been in power, he has demonstrated that he is a good leader and also is a man of the people.
Who flooded the streets, they wanted to vote for their own candidates, and the majority, of course, voted Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. And the team that came to conduct the election also did very well. They demonstrated maturity. The approach was very organic. The approach was decorous. They were able to manage all manner of conflicts that arose. So we're happy that the process was completed within the time allotted. So that's great, and everyone should be proud of how we conducted ourselves as a people. The entire parts of the state, people did very well. Yeah.
The Director General of the Aiyedatiwa campaign, Victor Labinton, said the incumbent is destined to provide a robust leadership that will ensure the party's victory at the polls.
The people's governor emerged because Governor Lucky is the choice of the entire people of Ondo State. He is loved by all because they see in him a man that has capacity to handle that office. Even though there were many, he went through a lot, and in the process, he shows himself as a leader that is ready to lead with his mien, very cool and calculated, easygoing, not too much talking, but believing that in action And he has done a lot since the 3 months that he has been there. And this has reinforced the confidence of the people in him.
The emergence of Governor Aiyedatiwa was described as a clear choice of the people and a testament to his popularity, while his margin of win was referenced as a strong message of unity and purpose for his aspiration.
The action is that of joy that our candidate, Governor Lucky Orimisan Aiyedatiwa, won the election. Now has what you call Eron Ife, Lara, and because with all the ups and downs, all the things that he went through, so it's like the love grew stronger and stronger, and it actually translated into his victory during the primaries. The line for the governor was so long.
Ahead of the November 2024 governorship election, the All Progressives Congress will now have to build on strategies that will enhance the party's chances at the polls. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News.
In a related development, Chairman of Ondo State Radio Corporation, Adekunle Adebayo, has congratulated Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa over his victory and nomination as flag bearer of APC at the November 16, 2024 governorship election in Ondo State. Mr. Adebayo Aiyedatiwa's victory, a success for Ondo State, traced the emergence of Aiyedatiwa as a reward for resilience and true service. He said the track record of humility, dedication and loyalty as the core values of leadership make the governor the most attractive choice for the electorate within the party. According to him, Aiyedatiwa was a man of destiny who rose through vicissitudes and triumph with the humility of a true hero, affirming that his well-deserved victory is a lesson for all who aspire to high offices that society watches and rewards good deeds and sacrifice with a higher laurel. He described other contestants in the April 20 primary as eminently qualified and appreciated them for demonstrating the spirit of sportsmanship before and during the process. The Osrc boss congratulated the APC members in the state for choosing the best man for the job and urged the governor to be magnanimous in victory. Also, Director General of Lucky Aiyedatiwa Campaign Organization for Soldiers, LACO FX, Saka Yusuf Ogunleye, has described the victory of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa in Saturday's All Progressive Congress shadow election, a testament to the hard work, dedication, and trust members of the ruling party have in the Ondo State Governor's leadership. The Ondo State Youth and Sports Development Commissioner said Governor Aiyedatiwa, in a short time frame, has impacted positively in vital areas, hence the unwavering support he received from the members during the poll. Yusuf Ogunleye noted that Aiyedatiwa's election reflects the confidence majority of party members have in his leadership abilities and vision for Ondo State. The commissioner called on other aspirants to pull the party behind them and join hands with Aiyedatiwa to ensure an easy win for APC in November. He expressed the confidence that the people of the state will continue to experience growth, development, and prosperity when Lucky Aiyedatiwa is elected governor in November 2024. People's Democratic Party will on July 13 hold congresses in 25 states to elect new chairmen and other executive members. Those affected include Ondo, Ekiti, all South and Northwest states, as well as the Federal Capital Territory. Others are Niger, Benue, Nasarawa, Gombe, Enugu, Imo, and Abia states. The NEC-approved timetable showed that the PDP National Working Committee would dispatch notices of party congresses to state chapters and notifications of the end of the executive's tenure in the 25 affected states. In the meantime, ex-Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Emeka Ihedioha, has announced his resignation from People's Democratic Party, a he says he has been associated with since its inception in 1998. Ihedioha, who ascribed himself as one of the founding members of PDP, cited the party's inability to carry out internal reforms and provide credible opposition as the reasons behind his decision. He expressed his disappointment with the party's recent trajectory, which he believes deviates from his personal beliefs. Away from political issues, for efficient and quality service delivery at the local government level, administrative officers of Ondo State Local Government Service Commission have been trained on the rules of engagement and condition of service. Declaring the event open, Chairman of the Commission, Femi Idris, said the workers must be adequately equipped with skills and techniques to cope with challenges of modern public service. Omori Language reports that the two-day capacity building has as its theme understanding rudiments of administration in the local government service in a contemporary world, the place of administrative officers. Participants loaded the opportunities, saying it will further enhance their delivery. The report.
The importance of administrative officers in local government service cannot be overemphasized, as they are responsible for various tasks such as managing personnel matters, budgeting and procurement, coordinating meetings and events, maintaining records, and liaising with other government agencies and stakeholders. These officers, who were newly converted to the administrative officers cadre, were drawn from across the 18 local government areas of the state to be trained on various skills needed for efficient service delivery.
I am highly delighted to officially declare this workshop open.
Chairman Local Government Service Commission, Femi Idris, stated that the present administration in Ondo State is making unrelented efforts to reposition the public service, which must be sustained at the local government level. He wants them to possess humanistic values and high standard of integrity, fairness, honesty, and impartiality in performing their duties.
Our target is to promote your self-esteem, give you a feeling of control over your job, and enable you live up to the emerging global trends in organizational management. My immediate demand of you all are your active participation in this two-day induction workshop. I challenge you to take advantage of this opportunity.
The Commission's Permanent Secretary, Dr. Bayo Ilawole, who explained the 10 key roles expected from the officers to include crisis management, communication, decision support, resource allocation, and policy implementation, maintained that they are all vital in ensuring organizational resilience.
As you immerse yourself in this workshop, seize the opportunity to network, to collaborate, and broaden your horizons to become effective agents of positive change within our local government system. Together, let us embark on transformative journey, empowering ourselves to be the change maker and the leader that our system deserves. I have full confidence in your ability and potential to drive impactful outcome and contribute to the development of Ondo State.
Participants lauded the opportunity, saying it will further enhance their delivery.
The training is highly educative, and I believe the training will help us to exercise our function in the local government as an admin officer.
The program they organize for all the training is a good one. It will make us to perform our duty effectively.
The two-day training is geared towards boosting the efficiency and effectiveness of local government service workers. Omori Olahunbiji, Osrc News.
The Federal Ministry of Finance has recovered over 57 billion naira from the 5.2 trillion naira debts owed departments and agencies to the federal government. Director Special Projects, Federal Ministry of Finance, Aisha Omorade, made the revelation at a one-day workshop on the federal government debt recovery drive through the Project Lighthouse program for the Southeast Zone. Omar revealed that the debts made came to the spotlight from data aggregated from over 5,000 debtors across more than 93 NDAs. Obama said the ministry also received refunds from companies that failed to deliver on projects for which payments had been made. She also clarified that many companies and individuals who owed government agencies and refused to honor their obligations were still being paid. Meanwhile, the federal government is aiming to attract about $10 billion worth of investment through the signing of the consolidated implementation of fiscal incentives for the oil and gas sector. The guidelines, a cornerstone of the presidential directives, are aimed at enhancing the Nigerian oil and gas sector's global competitiveness with stimulating economic growth. The signing of the guidelines was presided over by Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, at Federal Ministry of Finance headquarters in Abuja. Edun, in his remarks, thanked President Bola Tinubu for signing the directive in February 2024 to engender growth in the Nigerian oil and gas sector, which had stagnated for over the last decade. In the meantime, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and its joint venture partner, New Cross Exploration and Production Limited, have successfully restarted operations at the Awoba Unit Field, which had been shut down since February 2022 due to evacuation issues and crude oil theft. According to the Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Olufemi Shoneye, since the restart on April 13, the Awoba field has been averaging 8,000 barrels per day, and production is expected to ramp up to 12,000 barrels per day within the next 30 days. The Awoba unit is located in the mangrove swamp south of Port Harcourt, River State. Commenting on the achievement, NNPC Limited's Group Chief Executive Officer, Mele Kyari, attributed the success to the enabling operating environment provided by the Bola Tinubu administration. A federal high court in Abuja has adjourned till May 10 for ruling in the suit filed by Economic and Financial Crimes Commission against the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. Bello is facing a 19-count charge bordering on money laundering, breach of trust, and misappropriation of funds to the tune of 80.2 billion naira. At the last hearing, Justice Emeka Nwite had adjourned for arraignment and ruling after Bello failed to show up in court for his arraignment. Just like last week, Bello was again absent for his arraignment in court today. The United States government says it has committed $50 million to the community initiatives to promote peace program in northern Nigeria and the Middle Belt over the past 5 years. Reflecting on the community initiative in a statement, it said the program had trained over 46,000 community members in crucial skills such as dispute resolution and early warning response across Benue, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kogi, and Plateau states. According to the United States government, the impact of the program is evident in its ability to reduce violent conflicts in at-risk communities and involve women and youth in peace-building processes. The USAID Mission Director, Melissa Jones, noted that individuals trained in conflict mediation skills have successfully resolved numerous disputes to preventing further escalation. Mrs. Jones added that the CIPP activity will continue as it has shown that timely investments in peace can yield remarkable dividends. A veteran tabloid publisher has testified that he pledged to be Donald Trump's eyes and ears during his 2016 presidential campaign, recounting how he promised the then candidate that he would help suppress armed force tariffs and even arranged to purchase the silence of a dull man. The testimony from David Pecker was designed to bolster the prosecution's premise of a decades-long friendship between Trump and the former publisher of the National Enquirer that culminated in an agreement to give the candidate's lawyer a heads up on negative tips and stories so they could be quashed. Aderonke Kolawole has more.
David Pecker has continued his testimony in Donald Trump's New York criminal trial. The former National Enquirer publisher said he used the supermarket tabloid to suppress stories that might have hurt Trump's 2016 presidential bid. Pecker said the decision followed a 2015 meeting at which he told Trump the Enquirer will publish favorable stories about the billionaire candidate and keep an eye out for people selling stories that might hurt him. Prosecutors say Pecker's actions helped Trump deceive voters by buying stories of alleged extramarital affair at a time when he already faced multiple accusations of sexual misbehaviors. The former president is charged with criminally falsifying business record to cover up a $130,000 payment to buy the silence of porn story star Stormy Daniels, who says they had a sexual encounter 10 years earlier. Trump has pleaded not guilty and denied having an encounter with Daniels. His lawyer argued that Trump did not commit any crimes and only acted to protect his reputation.
We have a gag order, which to me is totally unconstitutional. I'm not allowed to talk, but people are allowed to talk about me.
Trump again weighed against the gag order that prohibits him from criticizing trial witnesses, court officials, and their relatives. Earlier, prosecutors requested that Trump pay a $10,000 fine, claiming he violated the judge's gag. Trump's lawyer said he was only responding to political attack and not intimidating witnesses, but the judge admonished Trump's lawyer, telling him, quote, "You are losing all credibility with the court." Still, the judge said he will not rule immediately on the prosecution's request. Aderonke Kolawole, Osrc News.
The U.S. Senate has approved a $95 billion foreign aid package that includes military support for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. President Joe Biden is expected to sign the legislation into law today. The Senate yesterday backed the measure passed by the U.S. House of Representatives on Saturday. It includes $61 billion in military aid for Ukraine, which the Pentagon says can start being delivered to the war-torn nation within days. Mr. Biden hailed its passage, calling it critical legislation that will make U.S. and the world more secure. Global leaders are in Canada's capital this week to discuss progress in drafting a first-ever global treaty to rein in soaring plastic pollution at the end of the year. The hoped-for treaty, due to be agreed at the end of this year, could be the most significant deal relating to climate warming emissions and environmental protection since the 2015 Paris Agreement. Akitude Akinshomola has the details of the conference.
Global leaders are in Canada's capital for talks on drafting the first ever treaty to rein in soaring plastic pollution. It is meant to address plastic through the entire life cycle, from when they are produced to how they are used and disposed of. The world's nations agreed to develop a legally binding agreement to address the plastic pollution crisis at the UN Environmental Assembly in 2022. The talks in Ottawa are the fourth of 5 rounds of negotiations, with the final round set for December. If agreed to, it could be the most significant environmental deal since the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement. Plastic waste has become a global menace, polluting landscapes and waterways. And the plastic industry now accounts for 5% of global carbon emissions, which could grow to 20% by 2015 if current trends continue. Most virgin plastic is derived from petroleum, and unless limits are set, plastic production is on the track to triple by 2060. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, and China, known collectively collectively as a group of like-minded countries have opposed mentioning production limits. Meanwhile, the 60-nation High Ambition Coalition, which includes EU nations, island nations, Japan, and the United Arab Emirates, wants to end plastic pollution by 2040. The coalition has called for common legally binding provisions to restrain and reduce production and consumption to sustainable levels. They're proposing measures such as phasing out problematic single-use plastics. The US says it also wants to end plastic pollution by 2040, but wants countries to set their own plans for doing so. Trade Group Global Partners for Plastic Circularity represent major petrochemical producers. They argue production caps could lead to higher prices for consumers and say the treaty should address plastics only after they are made. The Business Coalition for a Plastic Treaty represents more than 200 consumer-facing companies. Unlike the petrochemical industry, they support a treaty that includes production caps. During the 3 previous rounds of talks, countries became divided. At talks in Nairobi, Kenya in November, the draft treaty ballooned from 30 pages to 70 as some countries insisted on including their objections to more ambitious measures. Countries are now under pressure to find common ground before the final negotiation in Busan, South Korea in December. Akintunde Akinshimola for Osrc News.
And now to sports. Inter Milan's 2-1 win over rivals AC Milan on Monday have since then confirmed as Serie A champions for the 20th time. France and that's the news. Many thanks for watching. Good afternoon.